All right, hey there. My last video reflection for this project didn't record the audio, so I'm gonna do it again, which is probably a good thing because my reflection was like 10 minutes long, and I'm not about to put you through that again. So we're gonna make this one brief. So for the Linguistic Justice Project, I kind of wanted to make it a summation of everything that I've learned in this class when it comes to language, and I've kind of reconsidered my view of language as kind of a measure of power, and how it kind of language has a lot to do with identity, and language is kind of safeguarded by institutions. Who has access to language? What types of language are valued? Which types of language are devalued? These are all things that I've recently learned about, and I kind of wanted to explore in this project. So I kind of talk about how in my history I've kind of viewed the American public education system. It's kind of has a paradoxical nature. We want people to be liberated. We want people to have power to be advocates for their own selves, to find a better way of life. However, our own kind of perceptions of what success is and what it means to be a well-spoken, well-written individual does not translate to every community, and in a lot of these ways kind of harms different communities across the board. So I kind of talk about how languages and cultures have been kind of erased and attempted to be erased throughout the medium of the classroom. This is something that happened a long time ago and is still happening today through heteronormativity and the Don't Say Gay laws that we're seeing today. And kind of just basically through language and through the words that we use, we are devaluing people, we are devaluing communities. And I think that in my philosophy as an English teacher, I want every identity to be equally valued. Because that's kind of the purpose of the English classroom, is to explore self-exploration, to kind of unpack what things makes us human. So a couple things. I want to use Howard Zinn's book because it kind of it recontextualized the United States, and kind of brought this idea of the counter narrative, which is something I want to use in my own classroom. This kind of idea that we can flip the script on what kind of story is being told, and the language that has been used does not accurately represent our reality, and I want to change that. And I also believe heavily in the use of queer theory in the classroom, which is basically, it gives an answer to why homophobia is so normalized within our culture. We see young men at a very young age engaging in homophobic language. Why is that? It's because a lot of social circles still feel that LGBTQ topics are inherently sexual or degenerate, and that these things should not be discussed in the classroom, which I don't believe that's true. I think every identity should be explored and valued equally. So I talk about my own experience, language-focused text set. I kind of went in a direction where I chose a lot of different things. This Half by Emma Kidwell is a kind of a video game that I'd really like to explore that talks about intersectionality. And yeah, here are a couple of activities I'm kind of brainstorming. Yeah, I had a really good time this semester. I'd never really thought about language in terms of power and how it is a social construct to kind of guide people and guide identities. So I'm really glad I got to take this class.